Hello, I'm Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire Studio at Phocuswright Europe, and I am joined by Nikita Dedik. He is founder and CEO of Road.Travel. Welcome.
Hello. Hi.
So let's talk. I know, a few years ago when we first wrote about your company, it was more of a consumer-facing marketplace or opportunity for people to find out about experiences along a road trip. Now you're a bit more of a technology bridge between the travel experience and the automotive industry. Is that right?
Yes, that's true, but we're still consumer facing.
Okay.
So the end client for us and the end goal, I would say, for us is to make or to create really a new sort of user experience for car travelers. Not only, but that's for later stage car travelers at the moment. This is what we're focusing on. And what we found out is that in order to make a big splash or to make a change in the industry, significant change, we need to think outside of the box and try to introduce, well, I could say, a new industry standard, and that's what we have come up with. Finding a way to connect the emerging connected cars ecosystem to the travel space through technology and making that the new user experience. So again, after all, it will be, and it is a consumer-facing project and platform, but we find connected cars and the automotive space a big new emerging channel.
Okay.
That we are among the first to be entering.
So just help me understand that a bit more concretely. So
Sure.
If I'm in a car that is enabled in this way, what potentially can I do through an integration with Road.Travel?
Yeah. So you've probably seen some of the press releases or some of the announcements of the latest cars. It's not about the horsepower anymore. It's mostly about the bandwidth in the modem inside the car, or the number of screens and the connectivity and motion detection, things like that. So what we're building with our partners, and one of our investors of the latest Series A is a company called Cerence. It's a big tier one provider of voice technology for cars.
Okay.
So we're working with some of the industry players to enable new type of interaction inside the car, such as, for example, you sit in your car and you say, hey, I got 1 hour to spare. Is there anything interesting? And I'm interested in history, or I'm looking for some nice architecture. Or you can be at home going to a destination website that is powered by Road.Travel, choosing a curated route that was created by a local expert online, on the web, or through your mobile app. And then when you sit in the car, you will receive voice guidance, and you will be able to enjoy voice control of that.
Oh.
So it will take you, it's basically a virtual tour guide, and the car is a way, it's like an extension of your mobile experience. So it takes you to places, it tells you stories that were written by real people through the platform, published through the platform, and delivered through the infotainment system in your vehicle.
Is there also any opportunity, let's say I'm traveling and I'm approaching a city and I think, I'm tired, I want to stop for the night, to learn about accommodations and things such as that, or is it not? Yeah.
Absolutely. So Road.Travel provides an end-to-end, well, at least we aim to build an end-to-end experience that will include as many various services and content sources as possible. At the moment, we do have multiple hotels booking as a part of the user experience, and we are working on developing and learning what are the user scenarios for this type of product, to introduce new types of interactions, such as, for example, you're passing by a museum or a nice building that you like. You point your finger at it. We use motion detection in the car to actually understand what you're looking at. You point a finger and you're asking, hey, what's that? What's that nice building?
Oh.
And you will hear in return, oh, this is a museum. It was built in the 17th century. Would you like to purchase a ticket right now?
Oh.
Similarly with hotels, similarly with restaurants. And that is what I'm sharing with you now is more of a vision for now, because it will take a few more years to be developed. But we're quite close to that in terms of inventory and in terms of the backend systems that we have.
Oh, it's very interesting. So can you talk a bit about some of the partners that you're currently working with or maybe working with in the future?
Yeah, well, that's the most exciting part, I would say. By the end of this year, we're supposed to introduce our technology with one of our partners, one of the, well, most well-known German car makers. I cannot disclose the name, unfortunately, yet, but you will see it in the news. So a new type of content for a very specific use case scenario. We call it detours, this product. So these are short, curated routes connected to motorways or autobahns in Germany. So you're in an autobahn or a highway or a motorway, depending on what country you're in, and you're a little bit bored of driving, and a nice lady or a nice gentleman tells you, "Hey, there's a beautiful historical town of Baden-Baden nearby. Would you like to take a 30-minute detour?" And you will hear some facts about it. So that's the kind of product that we're introducing by the end of this year with one of the German car makers, like I mentioned. And we actually work with plenty of automotive OEMs now. That's a jargon, professional jargon. Car makers. We're working with multiple car makers on different use case scenarios, starting from having our content and technology integrated in their mobile companion apps, the ones that you use to control the level of fuel or the level of energy, down to quite deep integrations, building these user experiences in the infotainment system inside your car.
Wow, it's interesting. Any work with, let's say, car rental companies to try to enable this for their customers?
Yeah, that's a great question, really. So speaking of business models a little bit, we found ourselves in the last couple of years, in a way, thanks to pandemic, because too many things have changed in travel, or were changing in travel at the time. So we started working with organizations ranging from tourism destinations, DMOs, to automotive clients, all across spectrum. So clearly, car rental companies, mobility companies of broader scope, I would say, are our potential distribution partners or our potential clients, and we have plenty of different ways of working with them, starting from providing some widgets from our platform to have curated routes integrated in our partners' websites and mobile apps, down to offering white label solutions and APIs to our key partners to build new types of user experiences on top of the Road.Travel technology. So yes, car rental companies, hospitality providers, airlines potentially, destination marketing organizations, any lifestyle company really that can relate themselves to enjoying the world around you.
Right.
Because the big mission that we have for us, and this is the biggest change in our approach, was shifting from leisure travel in the classical sense, meaning that you plan your vacation months ahead.
Right.
You go there for a week or for a couple of weeks. We want to help you travel anywhere, anytime, when you have a spare hour. So in that sense, we're kind of moving from classical travel or classical perception of travel towards lifestyle.
Right.
And we were doing projects with companies like MasterCard, for example, which is not a travel company,
right.
but they interact with their customers. They're looking for new ways to engage with their customers, and that's how we envision our product as well.
Okay, very interesting. Nikita Dedik, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Mitra.
All right, bye-bye.